Good morning, good morning, good morning, my neighbors. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another session of Before You Take the Trade. Today, we're going to be doing some analysis of what happened with the market yesterday. Also, we're going to go ahead and probably take some live trades. I'm probably going to stay and hang on a little bit since everybody's response to the live trade seems like people wants to know more about it along the way. I am the scalper. Like your friend might be a scalper, but I'm the scalper, right? But yeah, so anyways, um, if you don't have a trading community, by all means, go ahead and click the link down below. It leads over to cheatcode.com and come join our Discord. That way you can go ahead and learn how to trade with some friends and feel like you're by yourself and you just don't want to trade by yourself. By all means, come join a very, very good community. I think we have a lot of fun. There are some tears, there are some joys, but at the end of the day, you will learn how to become a better trader. On that note, go ahead and follow my Instagram and also my Twitter is down below. And that would go ahead and drop some gems in there here and there depending on what the situation is. And also my YouTube. If you haven't signed and subscribed to my YouTube, I'm coming for you. No, I'm just playing. I am not coming anywhere. I am one of your friends and I'm looking for you to subscribe, hit the bell button and like button along the way. Don't mind me. I'm just getting a little silly earlier this morning because I'm looking at the market and seeing what the market has for us. So let's get this party started. All right. So right now, you already know where the story goes. We've talked about this yesterday. If you've been following everything that I've stated along the way, you'll know that the dollar is the one that I've been keeping my eye on. The Russell is going to lead the way, and the British pound has been detached from the market, doing whatever it wants to do. And ooh, natural gas. I did not expect that from. They may be going for the gap, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and start the party with what we normally do because I'm going to go back to my regular format. I know I've been starting off with the dollar recently, but we're going to go ahead and start with this. Let's talk about NQ. NQ had a very parabolic move to the upside, and then after that, a very violent grace or fall from grace when it's all said and done. So if we look at the chart, you can kind of see that NQ finally kind of just said they were like, okay, look, we're just going to go ahead and take off to the top side. Oh, I forgot my theme music. Put my theme music on. All right. They were basically getting that upside that they were so oh my God, loaning for. Like they were looking for how high can we get to, right? They were just yearning, getting there, trying, and they tried to get to 17,800 and bang, there was a lot of sellers sitting there, right? So with the way that this is sitting, we got a couple of bearish imbalances for the first time that I can kind of key off on this 1 hour. We got one here, and there's a bearish imbalance, and then we got another one, putting some more pressure, roughly here to here. I want to get rid of this order block. Remember, this order block is my jambalaya rice order block that was kind of built on all that price action that we kind of held on to. Actually, this might be just those wicks. I think I did this after I shut the floor down. Not the floor, but yes. Okay, a little quick reminder. So yesterday, for some reason, we had a nice little pop-up, right? It wasn't really based on news or anything like that, but for some reason we kind of just did this rejection roughly around this area 17,686, and I was like, well, at the end of the day, if we're going to reject that, we're just going to continue to reject. And I turned bullish a little bit in the middle of that trading session, because instead of us just reject it and then continue to reject and this turn into supply area, they liquidated with a nice little wick across. And I was like, uh-oh, we may just go ahead and just cleared all those sellers and we might be aiming for something higher. And that's exactly what it was doing, right? So going back to the chart, you'll see that this order block, right, it was a tough area. So I'm gonna get rid of it only for this instance so that way I can point out and prove something, right? So these imbalances are placed here. We triggered a sell signal on the cheat code algo. We're probably gonna get some type of retest if we go ahead and take ourselves a little bit of a fib. What type of retracement could we be looking for? 618 will bring us right in the center of this order block, roughly around here, and we could go ahead and do a different zone that we're probably going to be looking at throughout today. Mark this main, right? And that's probably the area that we're going to be looking for with this imbalance right in the center. All right, so that's probably what is going to happen with NQ, especially with the fact that the stochastic on the 1 hour is exhausted for getting beat up and pinned to the bottom. So this could actually start taking off to the upside. Hey, good morning, Hitch. Great. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Dad, give me a second and I will go over that. That is a very, very good question because a lot of people use different types of candle types. And my favorite is hollows when it's all said and done. I'll break down the reason why I use that. Great question. All right, so the way this NQ is looking, we'll keep an eye on those levels and we'll get back to it. Okay, next one is oil. Now, oil is doing everything I don't want it to do. But now that I finally got it out of my system, it looks like I said, I was looking for oil to get to a certain point where I was just going to be like, okay, I just have to concede. It's just not going to get under $70. And this is that point. We had a nice little downtrend here. We already broke this downtrend. This is the whole reason why I just stopped playing it as a whole. I felt like the consolidation was going to be annoying. But if we look at this from a different perspective, we're probably putting in what looks like a W pattern. And why is my theme music stop? Oh, I turn on the loop. There we go. All right, so when it's all said and done, oil is really at the bottom of a downtrend with a potential W, and this thing could just take off and probably go into this bearish order block. So I am going to say somewhere around $80. Now, for those that don't know my charting techniques in itself, let me just go ahead and give you how I treat it, because at the cheat code, we try our best to not to be greedy when it's all said and done, right? So let's take the short side of this W, right? This is our measured move, right? And then in this measured move, we're going to go ahead and take this tool, roughly about a $6 move. We're anticipating from this breakout here. Look at where it falls. It falls right about there, right? But over in the community, we try to make sure we take money off the table. We're looking for about a 50% area of this move, which brings us roughly at the edge of that W, right? Boom, boom, right? And it looks like this is one of the rejection points in itself. So I'm looking at possibly $79.18, maybe $80 when it's all said and done. Then we're going to get a rejection, and then we may get a nice little support along the way and then get up into that block. So I'm gonna leave those levels there and see how the market reacts to that. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this W and also this downtrend. So ever since we broke the downtrend, I have been looking at the fact that oil is just not going to do what I want it to do, and I've accepted that, and I will deal with the consequences in itself. Shout out to those that knows that my transportation company gets affected. All right, let's go ahead and get into gold. Now, gold is doing some fun stuff. I like how it's building a base. I didn't expect it to build the base, to be honest. But is this base, and this is the question that we have to ask ourselves, is this base strong enough to get us all the way back up to 2150? Let's see what the chart says. All right, so as we go ahead and look at here, I am not bullish. I'm still bearish on gold. Why is that? Because the moment that we broke below this level, I think we're going to continue this downtrend, and this potential downtrend is now here versus here because of that little spike up that we had a couple days ago. So I'm gonna put this trend line like this, looking for this to just continue, and the moment we break this level, then I can call this an official downtrend. because then I'll have that consolidation played in part, and that consolidation leads to lower lows, and I can switch that to a downtrend. But until then, it is still a potential downtrend, and I'm just looking for the market to break down. Yes. Yep. Yep, and that's the funny thing about oil, right? Because as we're trying to trade sideways, all it's been doing is building new supporters for oil, and it's just been slowly pushing its way up. So I really want to see that W play out and see what the market's going to do with that information. Same thing with gold. Gold looks like it's trying to build its base. I want to see this thing reject or use this rejection, and could this just be a simple bear flag right here? And then we're going to blow out the bottom roughly around here. Let me draw a trend line here, right? Blow out the bottom, and when we break this level, that's going to be our leg, because this will be the pole from here, and this will be our move. Could this be it? And then we'll get to my 1988 level. There's a lot of storylines when it comes down to the market right now. All right, so let's go ahead and get into silver. Silver has been doing something fun as well. It kind of detached itself from oil. From gold, and it normally runs with it. It usually drags it all over the place. But what I like about what's going on here is that I did anticipate that this uptrend was going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's built by 1 and 2 points, and right now, since this made a higher high, I'm just going to adjust this trend line and bring it right about here, because now that's my new swing low that led to that higher high of this micro uptrend, right? Even though our overall trend is a downside based on this information here, right? So we could still get back inside that downtrend, and this could be just a wick, and this could be an M pattern. That is a very strong possibility. But generally speaking, until this upward trend line breaks, I am looking for this thing to get deep inside of this imbalance. I'm looking for either here, here, or here. We already got here, so right now I'm just putting it at the center point, because this thing can give up at any point, and then when we break down, then we'll probably get back inside of this downtrend. That would kind of cool down the economy a little bit, and seeing that the silver is dropping, so we'll see how that works. All right, now let's go over to the British pound. The British pound, like I said, it hasn't been too attached to the NQ as it used to. I should check it out against the ES, but I don't trade ES enough for me to actually really look at it. But we can see right here, this is that order block that I had for a very long time, and it just looks like we're using that as a rejection area, trying to put pressure on this uptrend. This uptrend, I believe I built it on the daily. Yeah, it looks like that's the daily. Let me zoom in for y'all so you can kind of see that, right? Yeah, so I think I probably used the cheat code algos trend lines, and I drew this line. I could probably adjust it to here. I have no problem with that. But let's keep that here, because I kind of see it lines up with this one. Based on this information, the way we're using this uptrend here, could this be a consolidation breakout and we just continue to the upside? Maybe, but that will make a weaker dollar if the British pound is strengthening. So look, I'm not saying, again, I know whenever I say something, I'm always a little prerequisite. I don't want y'all to just go ahead and be like, all right, well, JD said British pound is going to go ahead and consolidate breakout. I'm saying it looks like it is, which is going to make the market kind of rally, because the dollar is going to end up being weaker, even though the dollar looked like it's starting to gain its strength recently, which we're going to get into when it's all said and done. But overall, we are sitting on top of a bullish order block. You can see that on the daily. If I come back over to the 1 hour, you'll start to kind of see why that trend line looks like that. In that trend line, this is basically a wick, and that's a wick against the trend line on a daily, which basically allows us to kind of look at it like, okay, these are just anomalies. They're still following that upward trend line on this lower time frame. Now the question is, now that we're below here, we need to break out of this triangle that we're forming, right? Because this is not a downtrend, but a potential downtrend. Let me fix that, right? And if we make a lower low by breaking this 1.271, then it'll be an official downtrend, because you got a point, lower low, lower high, lower low. You need 2 points that makes lower lows. All right, so this could easily wedge itself, because it is sitting right on top of a bullish momentum, especially with the 250 EMA looking bullish as well. So look out for that. I got oscillators turning to the downside, so I think there will be a cool down, but generally speaking, this thing can bounce whenever it feel like it. All right, let's go ahead and keep this party going. Natural gas. Now, natural gas, I talked about this earlier. Nice W move. I thought it was going to stop roughly here. Look at that. That's why you got to do your measure move. Looks like a W, smells like a W. Broke out the neckline. Measure move, 50%. Here's the target. Where did you see selling pressure? Roughly around here. Now we're about to put in a golden cross, and I think the only reason we're putting this golden cross is because they really want this level that kind of created that gap right here. There it is. Right? I think they want to kind of fill in this space, this void, this area. That's what they're looking for. I think it's too far for reach, but I've seen the market do stranger things, right? So that said, if you're going to play natural gas, just look for upside at this point because we are trending, right? So let me go ahead and put this as an official uptrend, right? You got one touch, two touch, and then now you got yourself a little bit of a deviation of a touch. So we're probably going to get another bump and run type of action because this thing has been respecting the runs in itself, and we're getting more vertical along the way. And let me put that right there. That looks good. Let me zoom in a bit. Let's see if I can get another angle because I could kind of see one. This one kind of looks like an angle. Actually, that higher high is not there. So we're probably going to have this action right there. So depending on how this closes in the next 27 minutes, if this thing breaks out on that north side, I'll just slide that right over here, and that's our deviation. Actually, let me call this potential uptrend, right? So I want to see what that does along the way, right? So we're probably going to get a nice little uptrend in that direction and break all the way through these levels all the way up, and we'll see how that works out. So look for natural gas to continue to the upside. It's looking good. Looks like they're pinning it. Let me see what the daily looks like. Yep, pinned. Oh, that was the daily. Oh, daily part just started. Weekly is interesting. Look at that. They want to pinch it down, but unfortunately the daily's putting pressure and not letting it pinch down. That's what we're getting right now. So look for NG to continue to this upside. All right. No, I actually haven't charted lithium before. Okay, no problem. I'll pull that up when I go over tickets. I've never charted lithium. I don't even know if they're a commodity in the futures market, but I'll give it a try. I will give it a try. All right, so Russells, you already know how the Russells work. The Russell actually follows what? It follows and leads off the market, right? NQ has been dropping when it drops. NQ has been popping when it pops. So I think a lot of people are gauging their reaction on how they're going to invest into the market, and they're mixing in some small caps along the way. And there are some tech giants that are not tech giants, but tech individuals that are small caps inside of the small cap and also NQ. So I'm thinking in the Russell 2000 right now, since we are trying to hold above 1970, we're probably going to get one more pop-up, but I don't think we're going to get above 2000 anymore, because when we got up to that level, look what it did. We got up down to here, came back up here. We tried to get back above it at yesterday, roughly around the open. Couldn't hold, dump. Right, so by the time the 1 o'clock came in, the Russell started leading the way for this whole entire drop. Now this also looks like a bear flag as well. So we got that. We got our uptrend here. Let me go ahead and make this solidified here. All right, down. Right, so I'm thinking we're probably going to get some type of breakout somewhere around here, and that will bring us to the 1922, which will clear out this whole entire imbalance that's been filled before. Right here, use that support, and then some, and then again, and then where it started, right here. This imbalance, this is the one I'm talking about. And what I'm looking for is for it to get cleared through again, or they use it as support. One way or another, the market is going to react at that zone and area. All right, let's go ahead and get into our last one, which is the dollar. Now, the dollar, like I said, the only way this is going to fall is if the dollar strengthens. And the dollar has strengthened, but I'm still concerned about this sell-off. I really thought we was going to completely take over with the bears to the upside. Yeah, I had my bearish skin coat, and I've been very bearish because of the dollar. And that's only because when it's all said and done, if I come back down to here, it still looks like a bull flag. Now, I think they kind of invalidated my bull flag for the most part. If I throw a fib on this pole, here's our 50% mark. I didn't want it to penetrate the 57% mark at all. That was the whole entire reason why I was looking at this bear flag in the first, or bull flag in the first place. But I kind of did pose the question a while back, and I was asking, is this the pole, or was this the whole entire pole this whole entire time? And that's why it's so wide. But then again, you want the leg, not the consolidation here. So there's a lot of questions when it's all said and done here. So we're going to see what the market reacts to this. But I do think that the dollar is trying to strengthen itself. When you have a wide, where you make higher highs and lower lows at the same time in the middle of a trend, that's usually a bearish sign, which should make the dollar drop and then try to find some support somewhere around this level. So may get one more rally, but is the rally going to be strong enough? It's probably going to put a higher time frame divergence and start to fall. All right, so that is that. That is all of our recaps. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me go ahead and grab my other chart, wherever I put it. Where are you? I think this is it. Nope, that is not it. I really got to go ahead and condense my charts again. Or did I put it over here? No, I did not put it over there. So I have a chart that's specific where I kind of like have my indicators a certain way so that way I can give y'all the information in the best way fashion. And I might have closed it because I cannot find it. And I don't remember me closing it. All right, let me go ahead and find it. It is called I think it's unnamed. There it is. Yep, there we go. All right, here we go. This is my chart. All right, okay, so one thing that I was asked, and I got rid of my questions. Not this, this one. All right, so first thing that you ask, okay, candle types, right? So I'm gonna use Netflix in this. Let me get rid of all these drawings. Now, the reason why I prefer hollow candles is because I could tell in just one shot that one, this is a bullish candle. It started from what point to the other, because hollow means if it's empty, this is a bullish candle. If it's full, that's a bearish candle. One of my favorite features from the hollows. And I know you're like, well, hold on, that doesn't make any sense because it's a green candle no matter what. So let me go ahead and pause the cheat code algo for a few seconds. You see, when you have, see if I can find one of those candles, you have these rare situations where, like this one, right? Your first reaction is it's a red candle, especially if I put in regular candles, right? Oh, where are you? Oh yeah, okay. So what this does, instead of me looking at it, actually it ends up being green. Instead of me looking at it as a so-called green candle, I like to see it where I do believe it's a red candle, because what is happening, it started the price action below here. They try to push it down, they pushed it back up, and it couldn't hold to stay as a hollow green candle. It turned into a hollow red candle, which tells me that the price opened and closed below the previous candle. So I get all that information that this is bearish. Meanwhile, if it's on regular candles, it looks like a bullish candle, right? Because it's green. No, not really, because they just went ahead and engulfed it and made even lower lows along the lines of this level. So this basically lets me know that even though that this is a green candle, it's a weak green candle. So in hollows, it lets me know it's a weak candle because it's really a red candle. So just depend on how you feel, how you prefer. That's okay. Another reason why I love hollows is because I do my trends against the lower wicks. I like seeing when the wicks kind of match as far as colors, so I kind of use that as well. And also the hollows let me point out my imbalances a little bit better, I feel, because I can see where the points are because there's a space inside of the hollow, versus when I do the bearish ones, I kind of have to like really focus, but the hollows let me see it a little bit better, right? Yeah, to a certain degree. But the only thing is with Hakanashi, right? Hakanashi is more of a trending, lagging type of candle, because they take in the previous candles and make a summation of what type of momentum is inside the candle. So if you're using no oscillators, this can be very, very useful with the Hakanashis. Why I don't like Hakanashis is because at the end of the day, when I'm doing candlestick patterns like this is a W, right? I would love to see it with the regular candles because it feels like it points it out a little bit better versus looking at the Hakanashis. So I would say if you're looking for chart patterns like bear flags, bull flags, all that you don't really see, you could see it in Hakanashis, but it seems cleaner when you're using the hollows. All right. Let me see other questions. Oh, I kind of answered with the oil. Lithium. Let's see if there is a lithium futures stock. Let's see, or instrument we could trade. Lithium futures. Okay. All right. Maybe I have to put this on my board. Let's see what this is. Oh. They don't get a lot of movement, or did their contracts just expired? Huh. Well, it's there. It says lithium futures. Let me try that again. Lithium futures, and let me do the generate contract. No data there. Barely any information. Okay. So what I am thinking is that lithium futures is tradable, but the volume is pretty bad. Like 9 contracts in a week. 43 contracts in a week. This one's currently 9. I would say lithium stocks is probably going to be better than for you to deal with lithium futures. Let me see if there's another one. Because if there's another one, maybe that one operates better. Lithium carbonate. Fast market futures. No, I don't think that's it. No, I can't say I have it. If you could find me a ticker that actually does lithium, maybe in the Forex side or something, let me know. And then, yeah, I'll chart it out for you. I have no problems doing that. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some other tickers. All right. Tesla had their earnings recently. I want to say it was last night. Ooh, they must have missed their earnings. Albemarle. Okay. All right. Cool. I got you. Is that a lithium stock hitch? All right. Boom. I have 131 drawings on Tesla. Oh, I must have been doing some back testing. That's the only. Yeah, this is probably one of my back testing tests itself. Let's see. Okay, cool. Well, I'll check it out. Yeah, this is my back test. You see all these long and short positions? I probably was scalping Tesla. Actually, you know what? I'll have to go back and review that before I go deleting charts. So just ignore the colors when it's also there. So Tesla, where it is right now. Actually, I know how I can do this. Let me just hide these right now. Now I can clear those colors off the chart. All right, so the way Tesla is looking right now, it looks like lunch is over, right? Their party is over. We're about to get a death cross on the daily. This is not looking cute for a ticker that you want to see continue to the upside. If we were to draw, actually, oh, let me bring my cheat code back, right? If we are to draw what was supposed to be the uptrend after that drop that it did back here in January 2023, you're talking about this, and bang. It has not been the same ever since then. And I talked to a few friends of mine. I was like, yeah, Tesla is still a good company, but it's not trading really well respective to what their potential is. And I think it's probably because they barely miss EPS, barely miss revenue. Same as here. I think this is a little overreaction to a certain degree on Tesla, but that's just my personal belief. Let's get this downtrend. So what's happening here? We got a nice little downtrend that happened here, and I love seeing these things, right? Because we have the downtrend. Remember what I said, a downtrend doesn't exist unless you have 2 points. So here's your point: lower low, lower high, lower low. Yeah, 191 pre-bell, exactly. So it's basically testing some levels. If there's anything that I would say that they're testing over in Tesla, they're probably going to come here roughly around this block which will bring us to 169. But if it gets close to that 169, I will not be surprised that they buy the dip. I will not be surprised at all. So I think that's what their target is. Got a couple imbalances here, especially this imbalance here. I'm pretty sure they're going to try to find a way to get back up to this level, 251. Might not be today, might not be next week, might not this year. All right, just to kind of give you an idea. But at the end of the day, this level will be at least attempted or tested when it's all said and done. So it kind of looks like a bear flag right now, right before the earnings. Let me see the oscillators. Did they have any divergences going into earnings? Kind of. All right, this is actually higher than here, but I kind of did this and this, which kind of gave you that bullish move for a moment and then dump. Very, very interesting. All right, so I didn't see no real divergences that played out, but overall that uptrend and that downtrend is going to be the question. Which one's going to win? The only way we're going to get a winner is if it breaks this level, which it already is, right? This is now going to be the downtrend, and I could move this line as our angle. So this is the places that we're going to be attacking. And how it treats that level, I really want to see what it does with 180. 180 could be right around the time this selling pressure loses some strength, and we're probably going to go ahead and bounce up. Let me see if there's any other levels that they may key off on. Actually, let me do this on the weekly, only because this day is a little spotty on the daily. So I got that level. I could pretty much stop here if it wants to too. And then, yeah, maybe they're looking for a retest of this area. That means we could get a Tesla around the 150, 160 mark. So between these 2 points, we're probably going to get some pressure on Tesla. Let's see another ticker. Let me go to a hot list. I don't have anything really fun for y'all. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me do Albemarle for my boy Hitch. All right. And then I'm going to get my hot list over there. We'll come back to that. All right. All right, Albemarle. I see nothing but downside right now because we got a death cross on the weekly. I'm pretty sure the daily already started theirs, and if we go to the 4 hour, they're probably trying to fight. Is the 1 hour crossed up? Nope, more like crossed down. So this looked like a really, really strong downtrend overall. Let's look at it as a whole. Remember what I said about uptrends? This is the uptrend that was broken back here from 2020. Looked like pandemic run. I'm gonna use a ray line so I can just point it. That was the uptrend from the pandemic, and those supporters, where did they end? They end here. That is the area that the uptrend was over, right? And they tried to get back up there and could not. So ever since March of 2023, you should start shorting Albemarle. I don't know. I'm probably butchering the name. I do apologize in advance if I am. This is chemical specialty. Let's break this down completely down. Let's see. So I guess they do all types of different chemicals: lithium, bromine, like catalysts or others. Lithium segment develops and manufactures basic lithium compounds, including lithium carbonate, lithium hydroxide, lithium chloride. They do everything inside of lithium, I guess. No, that's what it looks like. So that said, looking at this ticker, I do see more downside for the most part, and I think it's because of this imbalance. Let's go ahead and mark this out, that there is a possibility they're going to look for this level to fill in. Oh, look at the brakes. I'm talking about hit the brakes. Boom. Can this do a double bottom? Absolutely, right? We could get ourselves a nice little boom, 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 and then go up. But this is all speculative at this point because I don't know how this level holds. You want to see a double bottom? Let's see if 120 holds. If you're looking for a trade to take this to the upside, I will say that it's counter trend trading. Let someone else break the trend first, right? All right, so what does that mean? That means that this uptrend was broken by this downtrend. Let me use this one instead. this downtrend that started like this, right? One touch, two touch, lower low. Oh, we're breaking out. We're gonna be good. Evening star smack. So now the moment that we broke this level, we readjust that line, change of character, and bang, that is our downtrend. So now we need some type of price action. If you're bullish, right? If you're bullish and you want to see lithium go crazy, you need some type of consolidation without really breaking and holding below that level, right? You can't get one of those type of action. What you need is a straight consolidation, compression of price something like that, price something like that, and that, and then eventually it just hits a U-turn, breaks out of here. Then I could consider taking anything to the upside on Alba Marley. Actually, let me go ahead and put this on my red list. I'm probably going to keep an eye on it because I'm looking for this compression to be over somewhere in the middle of the summer. All right, so I could probably chart this out, maybe get a long-term, I don't know, leap along this. That would be kind of fun. Let's look at the oscillators. Yeah, we're south side of the zero line, but we are putting in what looks like bullish divergences using the histogram. So this could take off at any point. Coming off the reversal box. Let's see how that daily looks. How deep were we on that reversal box? Oh yeah, we were deep. Look at that bad boy, right? So looking at this, I do like where it's holding. It does pay dividends, so that probably brings in some investors. I think $100 is what they want to pay, but right now we're going to see how the buyers respect the trend lines. All right, let's go hot list and probably wrap up soon. I will not shut this down per se, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my community. That way I get a little sneak peek of my community, right? So this is going to be fun today. Right. Oh, and then also I do have to kind of run out to take the little one over to school, so I'll be kind of like going in and out a little bit through my phone, but overall we're going to get some live trading at the open. So if you can bear with us, this is probably going to end up being roughly about a 2-hour video all the way until about 9:30 to 10 o'clock, and we're going to go ahead and break down what I normally see. Right. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the rocket and share it with your friends, all that. I appreciate you, Hutch, for always coming through. All right, so let's go ahead. What are we gonna pick? I don't like Neo because Neo screwed me on a lot of money. Ooh, Nvidia, jeez, you're $600. This stock was $200 at one point. $200 after the split. I might go with Nvidia on this chart out. Let's see, plug is too weak. I don't like dollar stocks. I call them the new penny stock. AMD looks good. Amazon looks good. RIM, BlackBerry Limited. Do not try to resurrect yourself from death. No, I don't want to see that crap. I have flashbacks of dealing with my boss and all those emails. So many emails. All right, I really do like Nvidia. I want to chart this out. I'm curious of what's going on with Nvidia. Let's go with Nvidia. Oh yeah. Listen, you build your house on sand, then you start to fall. I don't see no strong brick foundation. The last brick foundation, or I like to call jambalaya rice consolidation, is roughly here. That brings us to the $500 level. So I want to see the market try to get back inside of these order blocks down here. All right, so that said, let me change this up. Where is my, supposed to be giving me two? Oh, there it is. Boom. All right, so this is going to be an order block in itself. And then the fun part about it is I know I give y'all a lot of my techniques to a certain degree. I'm going to erase this to kind of point out something. Order blocks, you got to ask yourself, what is a doji? A doji is something where everybody agrees on price. So if everybody agrees on price, then could this be, shout out to Dio, could this be an order block? I love these type of order blocks. Look at that. They came in, bang, and then they took off. And then right now they put in another doji, came in back into it, bang. Put in another doji. This is a very annoying type of doji because what it did, it didn't break through the block, right? Here's your block. It didn't break through it, wicked through it, and then out of nowhere it never got back. It used that support and then it took off from there. So I think that's why pre-market we're still up there, only because not enough sellers stepped in. But meanwhile, while all these dojis are over here turning into levels of support, we are putting in this. That is a bullish imbalance. We're putting in, let's grab this one. I like that one. We're putting in this. That is a bullish imbalance to a certain degree. Actually, this one's better because I'm kind of forcing it. I know in the lower time frames it's probably going to be there. All right, boom and boom, right? So all of this is built on order blocks and imbalances. I think some of the people here are still inside here. They probably just took some of their money off the profit. If you was following cheat code algo, the entry was over here on January 9th, right at this level, and then it took off from there. So you probably at TP1 took your profits, hence the reason why we pulled back like that. We're at TP2, holding that, taking our second set of profits, and then now we're about to get into TP3, especially with the pre-market being at $62 or $622. So this could be a nice little move to that upside. So this is going to be fun to kind of see, is NVIDIA going to drive us? And that said, I think we kind of ran the gamut a bit, and let's do a 3-minute intermission as I set up my community and have some fun. Again, by all means, go ahead, hit the link down below. It leads to cheat code community if you want to get part of the Zoom link, so that way you can be able to, verbally chime in. By all means, you'll see our Discord information. Just follow us over on the future side. That's where I'm gonna post the link. Also, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all the links are down below. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little quick intermission, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started on that floor. All right, see you in a bit. home. All right. So that said, what's going on? Good morning. So we got a couple of things that we're going to be covering when it's all said and done. Let me get my camera right there. Perfect. So there's a couple of things that's going to be happening. We're going to have a lot of data. So we're going to durable goods that will affect the market. GDP information that's going to affect the market. GDP pricing, GDP growth rate, goods of trade. Like the trade balance is probably the most trickiest because you're talking about between what's going on with Asia to us and everything. So the balance of trade going to make a big impact. The one that's I'm really curious and staring at is probably going to be the jobless claims. This one is all the unemployment activity in itself. I don't know much about Chicago Fed National Activity Index. That's kind of brand new to me. But new home sales, you already see what's going on with DR Horton's ticker. It's getting its butt whipped, and it's based on that. We got a couple of bond auctions that's going to be coming into play in Treasury bills. So we're going to see how that works. Business confidence in Euro. Why are they doing it here and not a little bit earlier? But hey, to each his own. I'm going to leave that one alone. I am not an economist. All right, so let's see if we can find some trades. What I'm going to do some paper trades because I am also live on YouTube, and I'm going to point out some areas of possible trades. Let me get that set. So we already went over the news. Let's go ahead and minimize that, get that out of the way. Let's see. All right, let me bring the 1 hour. Good morning, my neighbors. Good morning. All right, let's see. Okay, bring this down. And I want to see what they do with this downtrend in itself. So let me see if I can find a scalp here. Let me put my paper trade on here as well, so I can see from one of my other monitors. All right. All right, so we got ourselves a brand new 1 hour candle. So you could kind of see we came to this level, rejected roughly around here. Actually, you know what? I think I want to start over. I'm going to show y'all how I kind of chart all this out. Let's get rid of all these annotations. And this, and this, and this as well. Let's get rid of all of them. Okay, get ourselves a nice little clean chart. Bye. All right. So now that we kind of started this potential downtrend, we are being supported by the fact that this bearish imbalance is here. Let me turn this bearish. That is one bearish imbalance there, and we got another bearish imbalance roughly from here. From here to here. So we got another one right there. So these are the imbalances that were placed that's making this downtrend very interesting, and they have yet to refill those areas in itself. Now, what are they looking for? They may be looking for this level. We'll call these bullish imbalances. All right, I got this one here. And this one here. So they could be coming in to try to target some of these areas as a whole. And right now Tesla is not giving it much help because they missed earnings and their stock is kind of falling a little heavy. So just bear with that. We're sitting on top of a bullish order block here, bullish order block here, and a bullish order block here. So even though we're kind of falling, it's kind of creating a downtrend, I do see this bullish momentum on the stochastic, so they could easily just kind of like start to push inside of any one of these candles and try to take on this imbalance here. So just be careful a little bit, especially the fact that we got not only a bullish order block, but we got a bullish imbalance roughly right here. So could the jobs report be the catalyst? Could the I don't know, jobs report, maybe the housing, the GDP, all that data. Maybe we're just sitting in a holding pattern in a mix of this, possibly. So right now I am going to toy with the possibility of like scalping this, but we're inside of consolidation a little bit, so it's doing its own thing. But right now it looks like my 15-minute. Let me come over to 15-minute. 15-minute looks like it's trying to be bearish. Nice engulfing candle. Take out this block, come down into this imbalance, maybe even take out this level here. Looking for 17,623 to be touched in some way, fashion, or form. Let's see how that works out. My 5-minute is oversold, so right now it's sitting like this and it wants to cross up. So this M pattern that is put in on the 5-minute is not giving me confidence that I want to short it yet, hence the reason why we're consolidating right now. What else? 1 minute. I trade on the 1 minute, and this bad boy does look like a bear flag, so maybe we could get a nice little break of this, and this will be the catalyst or the momentum that makes this whole entire thing flip to the downside. But we'll see. We got about 20 minutes into the news drops, and okay, we got quite a few people like chimed in. Just quick recap back onto the news just in case you missed that part, coming in a little bit later. This is everything we're looking at: durable goods, GDP, price growth rate, core PCE. Another thing that the Fed's been watching as far as making decisions on the economy, as far as cutting rates or whatever. Wholesale inventories, that's going to take a long-term scale of where it is. Looking for this to be possibly the one that's going to be bullish for the dollar and really hamper some of this stuff that's going on, making the market drop. Continuous jobless claims, initial jobless claims, and all right, these are the ones that I'm looking for to be bullish for the dollar as well. So we will see how that all goes. All right, let's see if we got ourselves a trade yet. I think I'm not going to take anything until it breaks this line, and my target is probably going to be somewhere inside of this imbalance. Hey, what's going on, Hobby? Good morning. Because the dollar is strengthening, so I've been really eyeballing for this action. Let me come out a little bit. I'm looking for this action because we left a little bit off the table on this imbalance on the 1 hour. We never filled the whole entire thing. We stopped right here. So I'm wondering, did we just come down to the 50% of this whole entire move and they're looking for it to get back up there so that way they could turn bullish? Or were they waiting for a certain news or whatever the case may be before they actually took it down? So that's the golden question. So I'm a little bearish. I would say, let me give it a little bit more specific. I'm like 45% bullish, 55% bearish. I'm looking at the market as a whole. We're ignoring every bearish signal whatsoever. This is the first time we've had a major move to the downside after making such a run up. So the upward trend is still intact. That's how I kind of see it. And right now it's being tested aggressively. Here's our upward trend right here that started here. And what do? We adjust the line. That's our higher high. We just made a higher high over here. So we have to take the most recent higher low. All we did is basically consolidated ever since we broke it. So now I call this the test. Can we find a way to get back above this trend line and then continue past 17,800 or 900? But until then, since the bearish sentiment brought us down here, could this be a bear flag? So just waiting for the news, looking for strength on the dollar to play that catalyst. Take some of the verticality of how NQ kind of moved, because it kind of went one direction, especially if we look even more into the chart, maybe even the daily. Here's the daily, kind of give it a little bit more insight, right? No drawings. It's kind of vertical. And you see, in the last time we went vertical like this, we had a nice little pullback. This is the October pullback. So I'm not saying for us to completely like dump and then now we're back into some type of recession mode. Not looking for that. But I'm just looking for some people that were in this bottom, maybe this pivot, or this pivot, starting to take their profits, and that should give us a nice little retracement. And if they reinvest, they'll probably look at this order block or this order block, or maybe even this that's not highlighted, but this looks like an order block in itself too. I hope that makes sense for you, Javi.
Yeah, we're just on right now. We're just undecided whether we're going to be left or on the up or down.
Mm-hmm. That's all.
I just wanted to pick your brain to see your how you analyzing certain things.
Yeah. Now it's a long-term scale mostly, but I really am curious on all of these imbalances. I would mark out some more along the way, but these imbalances are my first ones. And we got a whole bunch here. We got this one right here that started back in January 18, and then we could get into the November ones. Oh, actually, that's still January. The one in November was probably the one that started this whole entire party all the way back here. We haven't even tested that one. Here's October. This bad boy right here. I'm very curious. Are we going to ever test this, or is this one of those where we just never visit again?
So is imbalance the same thing as fair value gap?
Fair value gap imbalance, yeah, where the bulls or the bears had complete control of the market, yeah.
Yeah, because that's sometimes I get people I'm hearing you guys say imbalance, and you throw in fair value gap, you throw in imbalance, fair value gap.
Yeah, they're the same in itself. Most
Okay,
people
yeah,
look
right.
at imbalance as just a one direction candle that's stronger than any previous candle, and they'll just highlight the whole candle. Fair value gaps just highlights where the transition from sellers to buyers or buyers to sellers, right? So there's the in between here, but they all operate relatively similar.
That's the problem I've been having for the last time of years. You guys' vocabulary words sometimes different, and they try to mean the same damn thing.
I know, but we got this boosie candle though. Then
Yeah,
another.
I know what that means. That's the only vocabulary word I do know for sure.
Nah, I
Now,
appreciate it. Thank you, Javi.
what direction is going? That's a different story.
Yeah, and ever since we put in that 1 hour one, now mind you, we've had other ones, but this one failed to put any pressure. This one really failed. They tried. They really tried. So this 1 hour boosie candles do have a little weight to it. This one was really strong because I think we put in the bearish divergence at the same time. This was really good. Did you take any of that drop yesterday?
I took a little bit, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes you get all happy and you take it off the table and then you're like, damn, I should have left it. But you know, I took a little bit.
Yeah, I rather you take green than red. That's all I'm worried about.
Well, you know my motto, my philosophy. 20 ticks change lives. So as long as I get my 20 ticks,
Yep, that part.
that's all that matters.
Exactly.
But I could have got 60. But hey, that's another story.
Well, Neo kind of got on my case. Shout out to Neo. Thanks, Neo. He got on my case because he was like, Jeff, so how many trades did you take? This was Tuesday or Monday, and I was like, I took a little bit, but I forgot that we had. Oh, it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday because it was when I had the floor, and I forgot that we had the challenge from Saturday. So I'm probably gonna I'm gonna have to probably like write them down along the way. So I'm gonna revamp mindset, but I think I took like 15 to close to 20 trades, and I just pretty much lost count at that point. And he was like, "Oh, so isn't our challenge supposed to be 5 trades for the day?" And I was like, "Urgh." So yesterday I kind of put myself to the test, looking for a very key, one good trade, A+ setups, the whole nine, and I was able to kind of like generate my goal at 1,000.
Yeah, you got on my case too, so if it makes you feel better.
But the funny thing about it, I saw the setup for this downturn at 2 o'clock, and I was like, damn it, why did I have to fire all of my guns? So I took one more trade, even though I wasn't supposed to, and I was like, before this thing turns red, let me just close it out. I took like another 14 ticks or something like that.
Yeah, he gets on my case. He says, "How do you do like on the table? Why?" I said, "Look, it's green. Could have got more green. Get that cheese flying off that cracker."
Mm-hmm. Now look at that. You see, I was going to short this here, And the reason I wanted to short it was because it looked like an M pattern into a bear flag, and that bear flag did not have enough strength to finally get it down there. So now we got a failure swing here. So because of that failure swing, we probably can wipe out all those sellers all the way up to this level. So I'm looking for a breakout here.
So that you got liquidity on top of those two tops there.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
So it's going up to that, get that liquidity, or it doesn't.
Yeah. Especially we just put in this 1 minute imbalance right now. Let's see how that holds. All right, so we got like about 10 minutes until the news come out. Oh, and I know we got probably a few late arrivals. I do have my YouTube going at the same time. Just giving them a nice little preview of the community as well. So if you do want to chime in, I can. If you don't have me followed on YouTube, it's JD underscore the great. And we're probably going to squeeze in a live trade in the middle of here. I don't know if I want to play news. I might go MNQ because there's just so much news coming up one time. One more quick recap for those that probably came in. What up, Big K? Good morning. We got durables.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning, my neighbor. How you doing? All right. The GDP growth is probably the most important one, I think, out of this, with jobless claims. Everything else, I think, is just going to have some effect to it. But GDP, jobless claims, I feel like all of it's going to make this thing bullish for the dollar. That's just my opinion. But again, do not take that as a rule of thumb. Do not go ahead and mortgage out your house and be like, all right, well, JD says it's going to be bullish for the dollar, so I'm shorting the rest of the market. I didn't say none of that. Not at all. I will not be responsible. Oh, they're already starting to kick it back down. But I will take the trade. Mm-hmm.
Now, what's your experience when you see all these news, right? How's your experience in trading after they, I don't know, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it gets closer to 4? Comparing, because sometimes it gets crazy because a lot of people like to trade or dump in the last minute to get thinking that it was going to go one direction and went the other. Have you experienced that?
I would say I've seen something like it, but I'm starting to get to the point, and maybe it's a zone, or I'm starting to feel like I got a lot of experience where at this point that can be a tendency, but I'm not gonna bank on that to actually happen, right? But what I am really looking for is for my oscillators at certain key levels. As I'm anticipating that it may do that reversal, I might mark off a level, or maybe even an imbalance, or fair value gap in this case, or even a doji. Sometimes I'll take a reaction of a doji. For example, let me see, this is a 1 minute. Let me go to a 15 minute. 15 minute, like this one here, right? On a 15 minute here, right? So we had price action that was pushing up. It's not the just like tiniest doji, but we got a wick at the bottom, wick at the top. So it's just letting us know that there was some bulls and bears that interacted inside of that candle. And what did we do, right? I called these my doji blocks, right? Where this doji, because of all that impact in itself, it feels like the market just reacts into that information. Where is it close to? Close to a psychological level of this whole 17,800. So when I saw this doji, I was like, I didn't just jump into the trade, but I knew that maybe this could be the reversal. Let's go to 700. Let's look at another example of that. 700, it was just deep sell-off, but they tried to do almost the same thing at 815, but there was no follow-through. So I felt like at the end of the day with this one, knowing that we're starting to put some divergences, and you could see it, lower, lower, and lower, but we'll keep making higher highs, right? So that's what kind of like made me look for a possible reversal. Outside of that, the market tends to do this around 2 to 4 o'clock and everything else. It just gives me a time frame to start looking. But I want to see certain parameters come into play before I actually take that to heart.
Right, but what I'm saying is when you start looking at 2 to 4 compared to like news, Does it move that market that much, or does it stay the
Oh,
same
you're talking about
in
compared
your
to.
experience?
Oh,
Yeah,
got you.
on your experience. I know the market's gonna do whatever, but what I'm saying is today's a lot of news, and people anticipate. Some people play the news, some people don't. But what I'm saying is, once the news is over in the afternoon, do you get a different direction compared to a regular day when it doesn't have news?
I would say
In
mixed.
in your in your experience.
Yeah, I would say mixed because I've seen where the news catalyst plays a part and no one takes profits. Like this whole Santa rally, there was some news that was supposed to be bearish for the market. There was some, but for some reason, it just added more liquidity for the bulls to take over and literally liquidate a lot of people. But then I've seen jobs reports, and this is why I always tell y'all don't trade jobs reports or any of these news things before or 15 minutes before or 15 minutes after, because the volatility behind it can be so egregious you probably can't handle it, or your stop loss is going to get chewed up and spit out real quick. So I trade some news like this one. I'm plotting on playing the news only because I think I have a little bit of an advantage on it, and it seems like right now we're holding at this pattern under the upward trend line, and even the Asian session and overnight session didn't believe that the news is going to be in its favor to bring it back up to that level. That's just my assumption. I'm not getting in anytime before 8:30. I'm gonna wait for some of the information to start coming in before I start jumping in. So I would say mixed. That's that's the hard part about it, right? Because 2 o'clock there are some sell-offs for taking profits. Two, then you got 3 o'clock, which is power hour, and then we always have that volatility right around that end of the day. Those are the three areas you'll see those, very impulsive moves. But nothing beats freaking the volatility that comes in when news happens.
Yeah, sometimes I just it's one of those days where I see so many news and everything. And say, I'm just taking a day off because I'm like, I'm like simple stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know some people that just will not trade news whatsoever. Like they'll just, or even contract expiration dates. Like last week, Friday was probably the most hilarious day whatsoever because I was like, oh, contract expiration. All right, people gonna reposition and start shorting the market. That did not happen. Not even close. All right. See if we can get this news. After we get the news, for those that's over on YouTube, I am going to go into an intermission so that way I can go ahead and take care of the little one. But we will see how this goes because I'm very excited for this one. I think I may not do paper trading on it on NQ. I might do my live account on MNQ. Very small leverage just for practice. Because I have my own way of looking at the news itself.
There goes your dump on your 1 minute.
Is it finally doing it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, let's go to the 1 minute on this. Let's see how this looks. Look how I took out that imbalance, that 1 minute imbalance. Now the next thing to contend is this 200 EMA. It created another one.
They're really good.
Yep. Exactly. So let's go ahead and highlight this right here. And this one right here will be considered bearish. Let's look at that to look for a nice little rejection at this level.
Now in your chart, do you have an order block at the bottom? One chart? Oh, whatever it is doing now.
This one right here.
Yep, it's going there.
That's what I'm looking for. Come on, baby. I know you're not gonna feel that imbalance. What a do, Rod. Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning.
Good morning, Christy. How you doing?
I'm great.
That's
Just
great
thought
to
about
hear.
you. I was like, oh, I cannot remember the schedule. Sharman told me you're over here, so I said, let me pop in and say hi for a minute.
You're welcome. Give me 1 second, y'all.
Okay, bye.
I was telling her to give me a minute. I had the little one. She's asking me for the laptop. For those that don't know, I do homeschool, so.
She wants the laptop so she can do her own trading. Why not?
I know, right? That's a work in progress. All right, we got 18 seconds. Let's see how the volatility kicks in right here. All right. 5 seconds. All right, nice little push. Oh, look at that dump. Kind of faked it out like it was going to push up. Let's see how that holds. Could I put in an imbalance? Is it going to hold to that downside? Looks like they're trying to wipe out that downside.
Gonna get that liquidity.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they got enough to go ahead and keep on going down. Oh, that kind of like a nice little flip. Okay, they're looking for more liquidity. Boom. Oh, wow. Nice. That was a quick 60 bucks right there. And they're coming back up again. Is it going to hold? All right, let's go ahead and check the news because it looks like we're doing both sides, which I did not expect that. So that means we might have mixed reports. All right. Bullish for the dollar, bearish for the dollar. And then jobless claims is the one I'm really curious about. Bullish, bearish. Yeah, we're going to get a whole lot of noise. This thing is going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. All right, so let's go ahead and get that out the way. Let's see, we got a nice little bullish imbalance that's kind of like holding when it's all said and done. Let's see. Come on, baby. We're going to hold.
Unless you got your 6-shooter ready, I'm gonna wait till 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get more upside, and it looks like we're building a little bit of base right here. All right, let's see if that base really holds. All right, got 13, 29 ticks. Let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. I got 30. Are they gonna get my target? I might have to put my stop loss into profit right now because this thing is over here being a jerk. Take out that top wick. There we go. All right, I might get my 75 ticks. I might get it. I'm putting it right under the auto fib. Got 48 ticks. Because y'all not going to get it back. I'm not giving it back. I am not going to give it back. Come on, baby. Give me my 75. 75. I could move my target just to be a little greedy, but I don't want to be greedy. Actually, I'm going to be greedy. Ah, don't you dare do it. There we go. Come on, order block. Hold that order block. Hold it. Hold it. Ah, they're being jerks. They might come for my stop. Come on, order block. All right, put it right at the order block. And 63, 67. Hold it. Hold it. Hold. I am. Can I at least finish trade for like 2 seconds? Ugh, okay. My son wants me to take him to school. All right, so we're going to. I know y'all like, wait a minute. He wants to go to school, Jeff. Just go ahead and take him to school. All right, let me go ahead and take care of the little one. We're going to take a nice little intermission for all those that's over our YouTube. Cheat Code family, you already know how I operate. I'm switching over to my phone, and I'm going to just call out some of these levels while I'm in the car. All right, so that said, on that note, nice intermission for all y'all over at YouTube. Bear with me. tweak this, tweak that to chart. All right, perfect. I am back at it again. Let's see if we can get a nice little setup here. Did they change my setting here? What'd you say, baby? Not right now. It could reject at this area, but I'm not looking for it yet. Like I said, this level I got 27 is the 50% market imbalance. Thank you. I do. Thank you.
That's why it says pop.
Thank you. You can close the door too. Okay. See if I find something fun to play. Alright, so that was, oops, I didn't mean to log out. I logged out of my account by accident. I'm going to change from MNQ to NQ. So those couple of trades probably would have hit my goal. Looking back at it right now, because it was like $119 I made on MNQ. So that's 10%. So that would have been like $1,100. It looked like the 15 minutes a little tired, and they put in a bin on the 1 hour, but we need this 15 minutes to close and push right on out. So they kind of broke this downtrend. So this is consolidation at its finest. Let's get rid of that. It may come all the way to kind of tap the backside of this trend line. I've seen market kind of react to something like that. Good morning. Welcome to the party. Welcome. Had a nice little pop from the volatility of the news. And it looks like we're holding more upside. And right now we're yelling, how high can you go? I didn't even see that. That's a bearish imbalance right down at 15 minutes. That could be a target too. 68. We can get through this block. So this is gonna be fun. Let's see how it goes. There we go. Finally going after it. That's what my Auto fit sitting at 24. Psychological 25. Still think we could tap 27. I think that's what they're looking for. Nice little rejection at 25. Oh, damn. Big rejection at 25. I didn't think it was going to drop that far. That's about 12 points we just did up from wick to wick. Probably some profit taken. I was looking for the 50% of that order block, but they should have smacked that thing. Yeah, that 15 minutes showing weakness right now. Alright, we got 5 minutes into the open. If you're in profits, maybe consider taking your profits. If you're gonna hold, make sure you have a stop where you feel comfortable or an idea of where you want your money. I think a lot of people are going to react. Let me see what's going on with not Netflix, but Tesla now. Let's see. Nvidia's still rocking. Tesla's at 189. I think that's the one that's putting in some weight on NQ itself. Alright, we'll be back.
Yeah, I took a lotto, Tesla lotto yesterday. Didn't work out in my favor.
Lotto call.
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought Elon was gonna say something for at the last minute. You know how he do to make it go the other way.
You never know. Maybe you hold on to it throughout the day. He'll probably pop off on Twitter.
Nah, the way that thing felt, I know that thing probably ate up.
Yeah. He'll probably take the whole day to get back into it. That imbalance is holding. Oh, nice pop. Do a quick scalp. This is my paper trade. See if I can squeeze that right to my 27 level.
Yeah, Tesla the only stock I don't really trust.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Got like 10 ticks there. I'm gonna lock in a couple. Alright, got 23. I should lock in some more, but I really want that target. I want to give as much space as possible. I have 6 ticks locked in, but 26 on the board. If it gives me 30, then I'll tighten up some more. Probably tighten up to 15. There we go. Let's get to that 27. Come on, there we go. That's still tight. Oh, I couldn't get it fast enough. Damn it! I was gonna tighten up a little bit closer to that because that was my target. All right, that was a good amount of ticks. For 7 contracts at NQ, that's 1,000. That's my next challenge, SJ. I want to be able to get one of those 250K prop accounts. And just go in with
Yeah.
massive leverage.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
What's the payoff on one of those accounts?
On that one, I want to say you got to get to 13K. If my memory serves me correct. I don't know. Let me go pull it up. Where are you? Let me get this. Put this over here. Oh, look at that rejection at 27. Did it get to 30? No, they didn't get to 32 yet. Oh, they being mean. They're not gonna let that 27 breathe.
We went to the top of the premium zone.
Oh, that's where the premium zone sit in?
It was up there, yeah. Now it's coming back.
Oh, I should have
retrace for a little bit, then go back up.
I should have reversed trade instead. That would have been epic. Look at that. Damn. From fair value gap to fair value gap.
Yeah, on the 5 minute, it was the top of the premium zone.
Okay. They're taking another step to try to short it even further. What a trade. Did anyone catch that drop? Or a piece of that drop? Let's see, 250K. So profit goal is 15K, and trailing drawdown is 6,500.
I hear mad triggers in the background.
No, I don't need more. I don't need more. So yeah, that's my goal, being able to like mentally deal with that type of account. So I've been paper trading that one.
So the goal is to get 13,
15.
15.
Yeah. So my theory behind that, because they give you up to like 20, I think this one's 27. I think Elite gives you 30 micros. I was not micros, minis. So I try to aim for like 7, maybe 10 contracts, somewhere around that ballpark. And then when I get to a certain threshold, up it to like 12, but cap it out at 12.
And see, that's why I'm trying to get my heart up at too, to be buying multiple contracts.
I think you're right there. I think you're at the
heart
edge.
ain't up there yet.
You're almost at that threshold. You're almost there.
I can buy maybe 1 or 2. If I'm buying oil, I can maybe like 3, maybe 4. But when it comes to NQ, I'm scared to go over 3.
There you go. So just do it with the 2, maybe the 3. All right. I want to see this close below this fair value gap at 683, under 683. But if it doesn't give that, we're probably gonna really bounce. All right, so we got a nice little settle with 2 minutes into the market. All right, possible rejection here. Oh, somebody got a hot mic? I think I hear your meeting. Somebody's meeting. Oh, yeah, that's Rod's work. Let me mute him real quick. Don't want him to get in trouble. You say you thought what?
No, I said I knew it was going to hit a rejection and click back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't taken anything yet. I kind of did that on the paper trade just out of curiosity on how this trade could have worked. Everything is saying that they want to short it on some of my time frames, like the 15 and the 5, but the 1 minute is oversold. So I think I'm gonna wait for the 1 minute to recycle in this uptrend. Let's see if it could get back to that 27. Because this is what it did yesterday too. Kind of did that pop after a drop when the market opened. Sit on the top of the equilibrium. That 1 minute is just putting a lot of pressure, making this thing consolidate like this. I should have took the second shot. They had stopped me out with a loss at 24 tick stop on that, and I was going to take the second shot, and I was like, I don't know if we're going to make it through the equilibrium. And look at that, it's going through now. My peak, that second part of it kind of look like we're putting in like an M.
All right, Jeff. I'll let you go.
Okay, no problem. Appreciate you, Javi.
How long you gonna be on?
I'll be on until about 1:30, depending if Steve's gonna open the floor. For YouTube, I'm probably gonna shut it down at 10.
Put me on that. See you in a minute.
All right, see you. Yeah, a little mad at myself on that second shot entry. That would have been about 85 ticks. That would have cleaned it up. Should have spun the block on it. All right, they're gonna try to pop it up again for that 1 minute. It kind of looks like a W pattern. Compressing price, higher lows with lower highs at the same time. Oh, what a consolidation. Okay. Yeah, second shot was not as fruitful as the first one. It's that 1 minute. That 1 minute is making a lot of trouble. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna have to wait till this 15 minutes decides what it wants to do with itself because we started to feel that imbalance, but we didn't feel all of it. So I thought we was gonna come back to it. But it looks like it wants to come and continue to that upside. But it has yet to explode to the upside because that 5 minutes put in pressure. More compression of price. I'll wait till it gives me a solid target because I think they want the target of the imbalance here at 711 up to probably like 719. Maybe I'll wait for the 10 o'clock candle itself. Just wait for that.
See how much juice the thing got. I don't think it got that much energy to keep pushing.
To the upside?
Yeah.
That's what I thought maybe 3 or 4 minutes ago, and I tried to position myself, but they came for my stop each time. So right now I'm just waiting.
I think they're trying to take out everybody's stops when cars
Yeah, of course. It just got tighter and tighter compression on the. Let me show y'all in the 1 minute. Like we just went into straight consolidation mode, and we're just getting tighter, lower highs, higher lows at the same time. But the 5 minute is what I'm kind of banking on, because that's putting weight on the 15 minute. So I think we're probably going to get another stab at that downside on the next 15-minute candle.
It's short at XPX. That's another reason why.
Okay.
I know they two different tickers, but they move the same.
They do.
I'm already close to 30% with XPX.
Okay. Nice. Alrighty. Let the oscillators reset. We got 46 seconds. Let's see if we can close under 82. Close under 82, we should probably continue this downside. Okay. The first 15 minutes has started. Looked like it was going to give it a little bit of a bounce going up to that upside, but I guess they're not. Probably going to take out the downside. Very choppy. Now, okay, this is the level it needs to break, and that's 75. And the 200 EMA is sitting right there too. That's the funny thing about it. No, where are you going? So there it goes. Now breaking that level. And trying to take out more of that imbalance.
It's nothing to wonder with NQ want to go for that imbalance candle. Just like SPY and XPX want to go for the gap.
That's what I was thinking too, but yeah, my stoke is pointing up right now.
Yeah.
It's that 1 minute. That 1 minute is it just screwed the whole thing with this consolidation. The way the stochastic is just dancing back and forth, back and forth. I'm just gonna have to wait till the extreme actually pans out. I guess they're probably waiting for 10 o'clock to make that extreme. That's the new home sales, which is silly. I think we got enough data for us to just get real orders in, but maybe they're repositioning. Who knows? So I gave it like 3 stabs at it. I'm actually red. And I'm annoyed. There we go. 1 minute. Are you going to finally just take off? Just go ahead, take off, reset the oscillators, and do something. Nice strong bullish candle that just came in there. Well, all this selling pressure right here is what's the question mark. No, they just broke above my downward trend line for my bull flag. But there's an order block right on here that we filled real quick. So now we're between two imbalances, a bullish one and a bearish one. Here's our bullish one, which is recent. Our bearish one, we rejected the 50%. And we got 9 minutes left on this 1 hour candle. I like the consolidation because that means it's going to make an explosive move to a direction. So I'm not worried. Still annoyed because they made me red, but not worried. All right, are you going to get to the 19 now? Because I think 719, they're looking for that imbalance up there. All right, 1 minute is oversold. I'm sorry, overbought. 5 minute is oversold, and it's crossing up. At 15 minutes, still looks very bearish. Huh. Entertaining.
The 30-minute shows bullish engulfing
Bullish engulfing?
on the dollar.
Oh, on the dollar. Yeah. I noticed that the dollar did look like it just put a nice little imbalance on it. Yeah, I think with this consolidation, that's what they're waiting for. That news. This is the other part of this trading thing. It's the patience that you need. I don't see anything that will make me want to scalp anything, especially where this is that 1 minute looks like. If anything, it probably would have been this move here, which we kind of took at the open, but after that, it's just been a dance. Like a two-step. No running, just back and forth. So the 1 minute made it to extreme all the way to that upside, and this thing still looks like consolidation, like it's gonna not fall. 1 minute is almost oversold again. liquidation of those bears right there. What are you doing? Come on. They, every time it puts in an imbalance on the smaller time frame, they come back and fill the imbalance.
Anybody been looking at CL? That thing is just moving.
No, I haven't even took a peek. Oh,
I'm gonna
yes.
see her right now.
For real, what's your target? I've been scared to get in because I was like, I'm too late to the party. So
I don't even have a target. I'm just riding a trend. I'm like 61 ticks up.
that's hard for me.
Yeah, I knew as soon as we gave up that 75 level, it was over. So, if anything, I may give a retracement later. Actually, never mind. They already gave the retracement. Looks like that was the retracement here. Entry was roughly around 745.
Yeah, me and CL got married last week. We ain't tell nobody. We just went to the courthouse.
I know that's right.
Are they gonna come for the rest of the imbalance now? Oh, that's amazing. What are you doing? Oh, because you already made it to oversold. This is gonna be a choppy down. Choppy down. I tightened up that stop too fast. That's why.
Knew we was going for that candle.
Yeah, it was. I knew it was gonna go for it, but the problem is getting to the bottom of that candle was a little bit of a nightmare. It was like holding it up.
You see that wick on the 2 minute? I think we going for that wick.
Probably gonna get a retracement here because this level had rejected before.
That first initial pop off, I actually think we going down here.
Yeah, I think so. You talking about down 615?
Yeah, around that time, yeah.
Okay. I can agree with that. Did we take out the rest? No, we did not take out all of that imbalance. Or chop. It's that 10 o'clock, they're sweeping. They are sweeping. I got a minute and 30 seconds. So for those over at YouTube, I am not giving all of my yesterday's gains back, even though I'm a little red. Probably gonna take one more trade around 10 o'clock and probably log off. So I'm just looking for that one good trade. Yeah, CL is moving.
Isn't that the book when the bull had the 95% loss rate, but that one good trade made up for the 95% loss rate?
Yeah, that was from Tom Hugard, yeah. From Tom Hugard, he was like he had a friend that was a firm. They just knew at the end of the day if they didn't get what they were looking for, they just cut the trade, so they had a 95% loss rate. Yep. Really, really good book. Best
That
Loser Win.
one trade made up for all that 95%.
Because they were small losses. So when they let their runners run, they made them run. They earned it. All right, here it is. This is our 10 o'clock candle. Are you going to go back for the bearish imbalance? I'm looking at the 15 minutes. Still looks a little bearish. Let me see what the news says for it. It says bullish for the dollar. So we'll see if the market's going to react as such. Put in at the order block. Oh, don't come for my order block. Oh, Lord. Jeez, on peas.
Dude came out already?
Yeah, it came out. It was bullish for the dollar. It's because this 1 minute is oversold and they're just being jerks about it. Oh, jeez. Yeah, they're being jerks about this. Logging it out into after. So, red day. Not every day is going to be a green day when it's all said and done. But what they will not get is my yesterday's profits. That way I can live to fight another day. That said, probably going to go ahead and shut the YouTube side off. I think we're going to drop. I think that's what is going to happen. But, they're making things very difficult. Actually, you know what? Let's spend another couple minutes. I'll just stay on my paper trade here and see how the market reacts to it. Because I think that 1 minute is going to get pinned. And one more. And here we go. Let's take that one. Alright, tighten up my stop because it's been very choppy. Put it at 4. See if it can hold. Yep, see? Just choppy. Just choppy. And look how far it comes back up. Let me see. If we go to the 1 hour, is it bearish? Wants to be bearish. 2 hour. Maybe this is what? Oh, 2 hours a little bullish. That's probably why. Oh, whoa, what just, like I said, it felt like it was going to go ahead and drop. Look at that. They got the rest of the imbalance. Probably going to get ourselves a little bit of a pop-up here. Maybe I could get an entry there. When we get the pop-up. At 15 minutes, completely bearish. I got a little space here. Maybe get a retracement to 62. If they want to give it to me before they go for the next order block. And they're not. All right. Yeah, it was a very, very choppy movement in this when it's all said and done. So we'll just tap out there on YouTube. Y'all can go ahead and enjoy yourselves. If you have not liked and subscribed, go ahead and hit the bell button as well. And those over at Trading View watching, go ahead, hit the little rocket button. That way you can see some of the algorithm code at work. Let them know that I bring in some really, really good information. And I will see y'all Tuesday on the next session. Y'all have a great day. And have a great day, my neighbor. Oh, I didn't even see you on there, Casey. My fault. AM, actually, you know what? Before I get out of here, let me do that for you, Casey. AMD. Yeah, 'cause I actually gave y'all a little preview of my community. If you want to go ahead and join up at cheat code, the link's down below. Where is it? 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 Not that one. That is my other chart. But we'll use it anyways. All right, so you say AMD. Let's put that against your entries. Let's see. You're saying 182 entry. 182 entry on the weekly. I see possibly. And you have stop loss 152. Too deep. You already know I don't like those. I would say 164, maybe 156 as a stop loss. And then your target 230. Oof, I'm probably gonna have to go to a monthly chart to see that. See what the monthly does. Yeah, that'd probably be more like a long-term swing if you're gonna go with that 230. So get your contract. That nah, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, maybe next time. All right. So I would say aim for that 230 with a long-term swing. That'd probably be your best bet. On that note, I bid you a fond farewell, and then we'll catch you tomorrow or Tuesday at 7 a.m. Have a great day. All right, let me stop that stream.